The best morning live.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. God bless. Thank you, guys. Everybody coming in, tapping the screen, showing some love to the live. You already know on TikTok. You already know what to do. We got to get to 10,000 likes ASAP, so that we can get this engine revved up, ready to go. What's up, Tyson? Good to see you, Tyson. God bless you. Adam Schlosser, God bless you as always, brother. Big Carnage, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. David, good morning. God bless you, bro. The Habibis are coming for your jet. Yes, I know, man. They don't like the fact that we're getting a jet coming, bro. Like a jet, we're gonna be, we're gonna be cruising. Maybe we'll go to the Middle East. Who knows? Inshallah. What's up, Third Jihad? MashaAllah, Habibi. Clyde, shalom. Hit the like YouTube. That's right. I haven't gotten on YouTube. I haven't gotten on you guys with the likes. I didn't do that this week, really. So make sure you guys hit the like button. You guys just need to hit it once. Good to see you too, brother. Dunamis, good morning. Deuce, salam al masih. El Jefe, God bless you, brother. Big Carnage, MashaAllah. Oh, man. Still waking up. Gil, good morning, brother. Dub, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. AI Apologetics, good to see you. Veronica, good to see you. Good morning, bro. Good morning, sister, I should say. God bless everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tapping the screen as well. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you like the live on YouTube so we can get the algorithm going. TikTok, we're going for 10,000 likes right away. What's up?
Hey, give me a sec. Hold on, I'm glitched, bro. What the hell? Yo, Bear was goody, man.
What's up?
Very long time, I shall say.
Yeah?
What do you want to discuss today, bro?
It's up to you, bro. Yeah.
Okay, so let's speak about how Jesus is God according to Scripture.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you prove he's God to me?
Yeah. I mean, according to the scripture, you mean, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he says it.
What does he say?
Calls himself the first and the last.
Yeah, that's just going to mean that he's the firstborn and the final judge. That's got nothing to do with divine.
Can you claim to be the first and the last?
No, because I'm not the firstborn and I'm not the final judge, so no.
No, can you say you are the first and the last, just like Jesus said? Can you make that claim?
No, because I'm not the firstborn, I'm not the final judge.
Yeah. Can you just say that you are the first and the last regardless of it? Can anybody claim?
God, right?
Can anybody claim that they're the first and the last?
Yeah, so if I say I'm the first and the last, am I God, Bear?
Yep.
So I could be a God if I say I'm the first and the last?
No, what I mean is you're claiming to be God. That's the whole point.
So
that's why I pointed to the verse, because I said he's claiming to be God.
Okay, so why don't you give me your interpretation? What does this mean? How does it make him divine?
I told you he's claiming to be God.
How? How does that claim he's God?
Because that's one of his names.
No, so the argument is that because both use the same title, there must be the same being, right?
No, brother. We're not. You're switching the argument now, if that's the case. Because you asked, where does he claim to be God in the scriptures? Because I said he did. Okay. So making the claim that you are the first and the last is a claim of divinity.
So you're quoting Isaiah, right?
My what?
You're quoting Isaiah, right?
No.
The book of Isaiah?
Well, no. I'm quoting when Jesus said it, and
yeah. So
Revelation.
The first and the last, it is clearly God speaking about his eternal nature, right?
In Isaiah.
Would you agree? Yeah, in Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can see that later Christian texts, they might apply similar language to Jesus, but that's not interpretation. It's got nothing similar. It's got nothing to do with the Hebrew text itself. It doesn't explain how that makes him divine.
Brother, you asked me
Yeah.
why do like Jesus being God about
Yeah.
in the scriptures.
Yeah.
I said he claims to be God in the scriptures. You show me where. I'm pointing to Revelation where he claimed to be the first and the last.
And I told you
Now-
what the first and the last means.
Okay, so that's according to what? According to who?
According to the Book of David, according to
As a
the-
Muslim, is that what that means?
no, I'm critiquing the Bible. I wouldn't use the Quran.
Okay, can you show me anybody else that is called the first and the last that's not God?
That's like me saying, can you show me anyone else that split the sea? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so you can't show me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you, according to the Bible, the firstborn was Jesus, right?
Yeah, that would be just well, he's not the only one. When we're talking about status, firstborns can be applied to multiple people, but I'm not talking about firstborn. It's a different context. I'm talking about the first and the last.
Yeah, but what does it mean to be the first, Bear? That's what I'm asking.
The first of what? I'm not talking
That's-
about.
that's
I'm
my
not
point.
talking about. I'm not talking about the term the first. I'm talking about the first and the last together.
Okay, what does it mean to be the last? At least tell me this. What does it mean to be the last?
Brother, I'm not talking about the last. I'm not talking about the first. I'm talking about the conjunction, the two. Put together
Yeah.
the phrase, the first and the last. Is that a divine claim?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the claim means that God is eternal, no one existed before him, and no one exists after him, right?
The claim is just a claim of divinity, bro. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, but this means that no one existed before him or after him, correct?
I mean, yes, but I'm just saying for the title, the first and the last, is that a claim of divinity? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it isn't.
Give me the argument why it's not. So
Because
show me
Lord-
somebody else that's referred to as the first and the last that's not divine.
I'm gonna give you an example right now. Lord can refer to God, and Lord can also refer to humans in authority. Would you agree?
I'm not talking about Lord. I just want
Oh
you
my
to show
God.
me where someone else is referred to as the first and the last that's not divine.
I never said anyone else is referred to first. and
Okay,
last.
then, bro. So then how can you argue that the first and the last, when the first and the last is only reference to God, even in your book, it's reference to God?
Actually,
how can you
Yahweh made that
argue-
claim. I don't grant that Jesus is Yahweh.
Okay, great. Anyways, can you show me where the first and the last is applied to anybody
Yeah, Yahweh.
that is not God?
Yeah, Yahweh.
Okay, is Yahweh God in our paradigm?
Yeah, but I don't grant Jesus is Yahweh.
Okay. Well, did he claim the same title as Yahweh?
Yeah, in a
Okay.
different sense.
All right then, bro. So then, well, you're gonna have to. I don't care what sense you think he did,
I
but
just
he
told
claimed.
you he's the firstborn and the final judge, so he's the first and the last.
Okay. According, you're trying to hold to this definition that it just
Yeah.
means this, but you don't have an argument for it.
Okay, so are you saying that? Okay, so you did agree that Jesus is the firstborn, and you did agree that Jesus is the final judge, right?
Mhm.
But then you didn't give an argument in how your interpretation is right and how yours means
My
he's
interpret.
divine.
Okay. You want to know why the first and the last is a divine claim?
Yeah.
Because only God makes that claim.
Only God makes that claim.
Yep.
Okay, but how's that? What?
What's so difficult about what I just said?
Because I just said that from my person. You don't have to accept this, but I don't grant that Jesus is Yahweh.
Yeah,
That's my point.
I don't care. I'm just saying my argument that the first and the last is a divine claim is that only God claims to be the first and the last.
So is the same meaning being used in both places?
Yes.
Okay, well then, even if I guess even if a phrase is reused later, like I mean in Revelation, then is the speaker the same, or is the meaning explained the same way? Is the context identical?
No, I mean where you would have to give an argument how it changed.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, yeah, okay, fine. So even if let's say if a title originally belongs to God, right? Using familiar wording later doesn't automatically prove identity. So you have to show me the text explains that Jesus is the same
I
being,
don't.
not just a
No,
phrase
I
that's
don't
used.
need to. I just need to show you the consistency that
You're trying to
only
say that
that
Jesus is
only.
Yahweh because he
I just
claimed
need
he
to
had the
show.
same title.
Don't interrupt me, please. I need to just show you that in our text, only God can claim to be the first and last. If you can rebuttal that by showing me someone else that's claiming to be the first and the last that's not God, then I would concede the debate. Or if you want me to concede the debate, all you got to do is say, "Hey, me, Ninja Dawa, I am the first and the last."
I'm not the firstborn and I'm not the final judge, so it wouldn't make sense.
No, I'm not saying claim to be the firstborn or the final judge. Just say the phrase,
Yeah.
I am the first and the last, and I'll concede the debate.
If I say I'm the first and the last, could I be your God?
You know what? Yeah, maybe. If you say it, maybe. Yes. I may think that you're my God. Yes. This guy, bro. Anyways, guys, keep tapping the screen.
Someone in the live. Yo, they stop calling me, bro. One sec. Stop calling me. Sorry, where were we? Yeah, I just don't grind.
Yeah. Just go ahead. Just so if you say, I'll concede the debate, and I may even say, you know what, you might be my God. If you say me Ninja Dawa, I am the first and the last. Go ahead and say it.
So, Bet, if I say I'm the first and the last, does that mean I'm your God now?
Possibly, yeah. Go ahead and say it, and I'll concede the debate.
No way. No, why would I say it? I'm not God, bro? I'm not God.
Just to concede the debate. I'll concede that, you know what, maybe Jesus wasn't God because it could be you, right? Just say it.
Yo, what? Oh my God. No, I'm gonna save you, bro. I don't want you to commit shirk.
I think you're scared to commit shirk. I think you know that if you say it, I think if you say it, you would be committing shirk. And just the fear of you saying it proves my point that Jesus is claiming to be God.
No. Adam is the firstborn.
Nobody said anything about firstborn.
That's my point.
I said first and the last.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm the first and the last, and you're gonna say I'm your God, right?
Possibly, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yo, I'm going down, bro. This is
exactly.
No, I don't know.
Exactly, because you know it's true. You know it's true. Get out of here.
But Jesus isn't God.
Are you gonna say it? Are you gonna say it or not?
Hell no, bro. Get me out of here. I'm not gonna
exactly. So listen to what he just said. He said, "Hell no, I'm not gonna do." Because he knows the claim is a divine claim. You just proved my point by your reaction, Dodo. What an idiot, bro. These people are so dumb.
Yo.
What's up, bro? You got school today?
Yeah, I got it like in 40 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, bro. Does your mom know you're on TikTok?
She doesn't care.
She don't.
As long as I'm doing like stuff productive, you know.
Okay. Did you clean your room today?
Of course.
All right, good, bro. You got straight A's?
What?
You got straight A's in school?
Hell yeah.
I like that, bro. All right, what faith are you?
So I wanted to like in a verse where it says.
Bro, mute your mic, man.
Wait.
When you leave, mute your mic, man. All right, bro. You gotta go. You had your chance.
Wait.
You had your chance, bro. You're too young to be up here. I just gave you a chance because you got straight A's. But it took too long, man. You know? Thank you, TikTok. You guys are doing amazing with the likes. Let's get to 10K, though. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're almost there. Okay? Who is my patron saint? My patron saint's right there. It's King David. King David. I got the icon right behind me. But that is my patron saint. W. King David. King David. Guys, don't forget to hit my beautiful wife a follow. Today is I think it's Theotokos Thursday. She hasn't been live this week, been really busy. But make sure you guys hit her a follow. Peace Apologetics. It's always tagged in my videos, so just go to my last videos on TikTok and hit her a follow. Last video is going crazy, by the way. So but thank you guys for that support on that. But yeah, go hit her a follow on TikTok, hit her a sub on the YouTube, show her some love. She is the brains behind a lot of the decisions I make when it comes to content. So really appreciate you guys showing her some love, because a lot of this stuff wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So definitely show her some love on her content. And then yeah, we got some stuff working in the future as well. So appreciate it. All right, let's see who is the next person. What's up?
Oh, yo.
What's up? What faith are you? Yeah, what faith are you?
Man, I have a really hard time being definitive on a faith because I believe there's a lot of people out there that are misconstrued. They don't understand the true belief in happiness and love but I do believe that if you look at a lot of things, Christians and Muslims, they have a lot of things in common, and they have to be able to see beyond the point of hate.
Bro, what faith are you, man?
And it really,
Hey, what faith are you, bro?
I don't know what I would even call it, man. I believe that there is a God. I believe that there was a prophet Muhammad, and I believe that Jesus was a prophet. But I can't believe
Sounds like you're
the
Muslim,
things that
bro.
are.
It's
I don't know, but
the only faith that exists that says all of those things that you said is Islam.
how do I get beyond the point of all the hate that's brought up in the midst of that, the misconceptions, the extremism on both ends? How would I get beyond the extremism of Christianity or Catholicism?
So you let what other people do and think affect what you choose to be true?
I let the world around me decide what I want to be involved in.
Oh my god, bro. How do you
I
ever function in life by relying on the whole world and what they're doing as far as what you're going to do? Like that's a very toxic way of viewing the world, bro.
I don't want to be a part of a group of any certain type of people that preach hate.
Okay, you think Muslims preach hate or no?
I think that there's a large amount of them that do. The same thing with Christians.
Okay. Well, I mean, then
I
don't choose the religion then, bro. Just be by yourself, I guess. I don't know, man. What do you want me to do? You're so affected by people and what they do. It's like I can't. What am I supposed to tell you? How am I supposed to stop them from doing the things you don't like they're doing? Like you can't. So, it is what it is, bro.
You're right.
Like how do I stop, for example, like
You're right.
you're driving a car right now, right? Should you stop driving the car just because there are people that do heinous things with cars, like kidnap children, commit crimes, commit unaliving? Should you just stop using cars in general because they do that?
No.
Okay. So you obviously can avoid and stop thinking about, well, dang, you know what? Just because you can obviously like compartmentalize in your brain when it comes to using a car, right? You can say, well, you know what? Just because this person kidnapped and unalived the child using a car doesn't mean because I'm using the car, I'm associated with this person, right? So, you can do that with a car, but for some reason, when it comes to like a faith, you can't do that. Help me understand that, bro.
There's a lot of fear in that for me.
Okay, bro. Well, maybe you gotta seek some therapy or
There's
something.
a lot of fear in that for me. Yeah.
Maybe you gotta seek some therapy, brother, to learn how to deal with the anxieties of just everyday life.
Maybe I'm just trying to. It's not everyday life. I'm just trying to.
It's everyday life, bro. Religion is for thousands of years, since humanity started, has been a driving force for people just hating each other. So, anyways, bro, good luck with that, man. Good luck with that, bro. I mean, like, it's like somebody just like, it's like how hoarders become hoarders. They get so paranoid and scared of the world, they just don't want to leave their house and they start hoarding. It's like, bro, you got to get therapy for that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. What's up?
Yo,
How old are you, bro?
18.
What year were you born? Quick.
Hmm?
What year were you born? Quick. What? Oh, he ran. That's crazy. How are you gonna lie about your age and not like practice? Like not like be like, yo, if they ask me this, I know it's gonna be this year. What's up? What's up? What faith are you? T-Love, you're live.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Doing good. What faith are you?
Hi. I am a child of God. I am learning the concept of being a Christian.
I'm gonna mute until she's finished.
Oh, you're too young, gang. You're too young, gang.
I read that he has given us the power to become children of God. I read that the disciples became Christians when they reached Antioch. I read where one guy was telling them, you almost had me to become a Christian. So I'm not really, I'm just trying to study, because, one thing I want to say is that I do not agree with ministers saying that other people are going to Hades because the scriptures say so. Because one thing that the scriptures also say is that heaven and Hades is not ours to place nobody. And it also says that, the higher power states that my ways are not your ways and my thoughts are not your thoughts. And it goes on to say, be ye like Christ. And Christ did not come to condemn the world. So, but I cast no judgment on nobody, but, for the young man that was saying, how, people preach hate and he don't want to participate. I feel that, you're not doing it for people. You're doing it, to be
T
closer
Love,
to the higher power.
T Love, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to just. It's taking a little too long for you to get to the question. I was trying to see, where this goes. Do you have a question for me?
I was like literally just really going off of what the young man was saying when he was up here.
Yeah, we don't do that here. Once the last
Okay.
conversation's over, we move on. So, do you have a question
Okay.
for me or no?
No.
Okay. All right. God bless. See you
God
later.
bless.
All right. Moving on. She sounds nice. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work to talk to her though. A lot of work.
Oh,
What's up?
yeah, what's up? First of all, Jesus is not. You know what Allah means, first of all?
It means the God.
Yeah, then how is Jesus God, not Allah?
You're breaking up, bro.
Wait. First of all,
I didn't hear what you said. What?
first of all, Jesus is God, not Allah, yeah? If God is Allah in Arabic, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Then what are you trying to say? That's my better question.
That the Muslims don't worship God?
Oh, okay. First of all, Jesus is just a prophet, and yeah.
Are you Muslim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I'm saying here is that you guys don't worship God. You worship some being that calls himself God, but he's not.
No, you know what Allah means? Allah means God.
Yeah, I
That's
already said that.
the word literally means God.
I already
We
said
do
that.
not worship. Are you see? I want you to open up any Arabic dictionary that you can
I
translate
already
it to
agreed with
English.
you. Why am I gonna
Yeah.
open up a dictionary to talk about something where
You
I
just
already
said who
agreed?
said that?
No, I said I already said that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what's
So
your point? And like, what are you trying to prove? I don't
no,
understand.
what are you trying to prove? Like just because you call Allah God doesn't mean you're actually worshiping God. How do you know you're worshiping God?
We
How do you know
don't.
you're
It's
actually
a
worshiping
test.
God?
It's a test. Life's a test.
So you don't know if you're worshiping God.
We do know we're worshiping God, but the thing
Okay.
is,
How do you know? How do
yeah.
you know you're worshiping God, the creator?
How? Okay, first of all, there's so many
So many.
proofs. Like, yeah, so many,
So
many,
many. So many.
so many.
So many.
There's so many, so many. Yeah,
So many.
so many. Okay,
So many. So many.
so many.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
there's
many
so much
what?
proof. So there's so much proof.
Okay. So many proof. So many proof.
So many. So.
Okay. Show me one proof that you're worshiping the creator. Go ahead. Just one.
First of all,
I know
let me
there's so
explain to you
many,
what we
but just
mean.
show me one.
Yeah. I'm not going to show you the proof now. Wait. First
What?
of all, wait. Let me just get to my point first, and then I'll show you the proof. First of all, we all, let me explain to you from my viewpoint, we all worship the same God.
No, we
But the
don't.
thing is,
No, we don't.
no,
You
no,
guys
let
worship a
let
demon.
me explain it to you. Can you not cut me off? Can I
I
explain?
disagree, bro. I want you to show me. I disagree. That's why I
You
want you.
can disagree.
Look, there's
You can disagree.
so many proof. All I want you to do is just show me one. Just prove me wrong by showing me one.
I can't even finish my point. First of all, I can't even
I
finish my
don't,
point
bro.
without
I don't
you
because I don't want
interrupting me.
you to. I don't want you to go on a ramble about something that I want
am
you to
not
just
gonna
show
go
me
on a
proof
ramble. I'm
of,
just gonna finish my point. I'm not done with it.
brother. I'm not. I don't want to
Brother.
hear. I don't want to hear we worship the same God. I disagree with you. So if that's where we are, and you're gonna, that's what you're going to tell me. I don't need to.
thing
I
is,
don't need
we
to
don't
hear.
believe in
I
the
don't need to
Trinity.
hear you talk about how you believe we worship the same God for 1 or 2 minutes without bringing proof. Especially since you have so many proofs. Okay. So go ahead and just show me one. Just show me a proof that you guys worship the Creator. Go ahead.
Give me 1 moment. I'm gonna open my second device now. I have the proof here.
Okay, bro. So
First of
many.
all, yeah, so many. First of all, you know how we worship God? We have the Shahada, the foundational pillar. You can't be a Muslim without saying there is no God but only one, which means Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, there's only one God.
How does this prove you're worshiping the Creator?
You are worshiping the Creator. The Creator is God. What are you trying to say?
Brother, just because you're saying you're worshiping one God doesn't mean you're actually worshiping the Creator. Like if I say my Shahada and you hear me say my Shahada, but the Allah that I believe in, that I'm taking my Shahada to, is my cow. Does that is my cow? Does that mean I'm worshiping the Creator just because I call him Allah?
Is that same cow the creator of the universe?
Yeah, just because I'm calling him Allah. Okay, well I called him Allah and I took my Shahada and I believe he's the one God. You see how just because I say that doesn't make it true?
No, because first of all,
wait, hold on, bro. Do you agree that just because I say that about the cow, that he is the one God, the Creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I can say all the right things, but if I predicate that or apply it to my cow, it doesn't make the cow the God, right? Right?
Did the cow create you?
Right?
No.
Okay. So just because I'm saying these things about my cow doesn't make my cow the Creator. So all you're doing right now is just saying, look, we say we worship one God. Okay, good. But how do you know you're actually worshiping the Creator?
First of all, we have a consistency with the prophetic tradition with
What
Abraham,
consistency?
Moses, and Jesus.
How? Can you show me the
We
consistency?
worship the same God who sent all the messengers.
Okay, how can I test if that's true? Where can I find the teachings of Abraham?
You can find them in the Quran.
No, the Quran. The Quran is what the Quran is what I'm testing to see if it's from God. So where can I go outside of the Quran to check Abraham's teachings to see if it's in line with the Quran?
Maybe if you go to I think there are museums in Turkey.
Museums in Turkey. Okay, so I got to go to a museum in Turkey. Okay, so have you ever been to a museum in Turkey?
Oh yeah.
You have, okay, and you were able to open up old manuscripts and study and be able to see. Oh, okay, but you know it's there. Okay, good. So I go to Turkey, and when I fly to Turkey and I go to a museum, when I go to the museum, what do?
You can go find there are some museums, specific museums that have a scripture. They have scriptures of very old scriptures.
Very old scriptures. Okay.
Yeah.
What scriptures are they? What are they?
There are so many. That's the thing.
So many.
I can give you. Yes.
Look. You don't need to tell me all the scriptures they got. Just which one do I find the teachings of Abraham that I can read to see if it's in line with the Quran? Which one?
Give me 1 minute. I
One-
can
okay.
find one for you.
Okay. I thought it's in Turkey. I thought you knew about this already.
I do know. Wait, I'm just gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna find an example for you.
Example of what?
Cause oh my god, are you trying to rage bait me or like what's
No,
happening?
bro. I just don't know. What example of what? You already said I'm going to a museum in Turkey to read about the teachings of Abraham to see if it's in line with the Quran. What teachings are these? What book is it?
I'm trying. Wait, there. What book is it? There. It's in all the books, by the way. Let me
All the
explain to
books?
you. Yeah, but the difference.
So if I
is the
open up a
Quran
random
is
book
the
in my
one-
house, it's going to be in there?
No. I
Okay.
meant all the religious books, like for example, the three, Jewish and Christian, which is the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran.
So which one? Oh, okay. So the Torah and okay.
Bible and Quran.
Well, the Torah is in the Bible. So what? So
Same thing
you're
with the
saying I
Quran.
need to find this in the Bible, like the teachings of Abraham?
Yeah, you can find them in the Bible. You can find them in the Quran.
Oh,
The difference
so
is,
why
let
do
me
I gotta
explain
fly
to
to?
you.
Why do I gotta fly to Turkey?
No, I'm saying you can find the old manuscripts in Turkey.
But why do I have to do that?
You said you wanted proof, yeah? There is.
I just want proof outside of the Quran where we have consistent teachings of Abraham that's consistent with the Quran. So you're saying I could just
Wait, can
find
you
this in the
repeat what you
Bible?
said? I didn't hear you well. Can you repeat what you said?
You said I had to fly to Turkey to see Abraham's teachings and how it's in line with the Quran. But now you're saying I could just do that with my Bible, right?
No.
No,
First of
not
all,
with my
you
Bible.
saying,
Okay.
no, my God, no. You're asking for proof. I told you there are manuscripts there. You asked for proof. Now
No,
you're just
no,
changing
I'm
up my
asking.
words.
No, the
You're
proof
just
would,
changing up my words now.
brother. The proof is just. I just want proof that the teachings of Abraham is consistent with the Quran. I don't know what this has to do with the manuscripts. Like all you got to do is just show me a book outside of the Quran that we know is from Abraham that is in line with the Quran. That's it. So you're saying I can just go to the Bible?
Can you
You're
repeat
saying
what you said
saying.
again?
Oh my God, dude. Are you okay?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just my hearing is a little bit bad.
All you got to do is show me a book. I don't need to go to the original manuscripts. A book that has Abraham's teachings that would be in line with the Quran. So you're saying the Bible would be this book?
No, what I meant is there are, first of all, you're going to have, it depends. It depends what you're trying to say.
Bro.
Like, for example,
Let's start over, man.
Wait,
You said
yeah,
let's start
okay.
over, dude. You said the Quran is consistent with the previous prophets, right?
yeah.
Okay. How can I check if the Quran is in line with the previous prophets? Where do I go to check to see if what you're saying is true?
Can I give you one example of an ayah?
What?
Of a verse in the Quran?
Bro, I'm checking to see if the Quran is from God first, bro. You don't need to give me a verse in the Quran. I just want to know how can I check to see if Abraham's teachings are in line with the Quran? Where do I go to check that?
If you wanna, how can I check? If you want to, your voice cut off. That's the thing.
Oh my God, bro. If I want to see if Abraham's teachings are in line with the Quran, where do I go to check that?
Consistent. So what you meant is Abraham's teaching is consistent in the Quran, yeah?
Yes. Where do I go to
Okay.
check that?
You can analyze multiple narratives throughout the text. First of all,
What text?
which in the Quran.
Bro, I'm checking to see
Yeah.
if the Quran is true. So I'm not going to analyze the Quran at the moment. I want to see if the Quran is truly in line with the teachings of Abraham. So first, what I got to do is I got to say, okay, Quran, supposed to be in line with Abraham. Let me check to see if the Quran is true. So now I'm going to go outside of the Quran to find the teachings of Abraham. We're going to go on a mission. Okay, you and me. Okay, we're going on an adventure. The adventure of finding Abraham's teachings. And you're my guide. Okay, Where do I go, Habibi? What book can we open up to find the teachings of Abraham? Tell me.
You can take a comparative thematic approach.
Brother,
Like you can, yeah.
I just want a
can
book.
focus
You
on
don't
key themes.
save the words. I just want a book. Hey, Habibi, look, we're driving right now, okay? I need to go to a destination. I don't need you to explain the destination. I just need you to tell me where. Give me the location. Where do I go to find Abraham's teachings?
The thing is, they're really old. Oh, okay.
Crap, dude.
Bible, Genesis 2020.
Genesis.
22.
Okay, that's
Genesis
in my
22.
Bible. Okay, so you're saying the answer of checking Abraham's teachings is in my Bible, correct?
One of them, Genesis 22.
Okay. So Genesis 22, when he sacrifices Isaac,
As a son to be sacrificed.
is that consistent with the Quran that Isaac is the one
Yes.
sacrificed?
Yes.
Can you show me in the Quran where Isaac is the one that's sacrificed?
Okay, 1 minute. First of all, both in the Quran and the Old Testament, they portray Abraham as the father of monotheism. Okay, turning
Holy
away
crap,
from
dude.
Idolatry.
Holy
no,
crap.
no.
Hey,
let me continue.
brother,
Let me continue.
Can you show me where Isaac is? Can you show me where in the Quran Isaac is the one that's sacrificed? No, I'm not going to have you read something. Just show me in the Quran where Isaac is the one that's sacrificed, please.
Okay, 1 minute. I'm just gonna find it for you.
Bro, I can't believe this is this hard to just simple.
Sorry, I'm opening up my book. Is there a problem with that?
No, bro, I'm not. I'm just talking,
Okay,
bro.
then
I'm
give
just
me a
talking.
minute.
Just go ahead. Just you don't need to stop doing what you're doing just because I'm talking, dude. What's wrong with you?
Okay. Okay, Surah Safat 37, 102 till 130. Okay, someone wrote it in the chat for you if you want also.
Okay.
102 to 130, 37, 102 to 113. It's 11 ayahs, it's 11 verses that that explain everything.
Okay, what is it? Show me. What does it say?
You want me to read it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to read it in English for you.
Please.
37, 102. Oh, my son, indeed, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. So you see, so what you think. The son replies, Oh, my father, do as you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, of the steadfast.
Where does it say this is Isaac?
It's his son.
He has two sons, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Which was who?
where does it say?
Isaac.
You
It
think
doesn't
both
say-
sons are Isaac?
What?
You think both sons are Isaac?
No.
Okay. So where does it
He's
say
the
Isaac is the
forbearing
one that
son.
sacrificed, please?
The verses follow the sacrifice mention, the good news of Isaac's birth, which leads to a lot of scholars to argue that the son was Isaac, which is who the forbearing son.
Brother, what are you reading? Is this the Quran?
No, this is the interpretation
From who?
from Quran.com.
Oh my God,
There
bro.
are so many.
Can you so many bro,
Yeah.
can you just show me the verse where Isaac is the one that sacrificed?
Surah 37, 102.
Does it say Isaac, Ishak?
It doesn't say exactly Isaac, but it
Okay.
says.
So how do I know this is
it's-
Isaac and not Ishmael?
We have, yeah.
Why are you getting frustrated? We're just checking to see if this is consistent. That's all, bro. It's not hard. If it was Isaac, I'll be like, okay, that's consistent, and we move on. We keep checking. But where does it say it's
First of all,
Isaac?
there's so many YouTube videos. So many.
So many.
Anyways,
So many.
So many.
So many.
Yeah.
So many.
So many.
So many YouTube videos. Yeah, there's billions of YouTube videos. Billions.
Trillions, not only billions,
Maybe
trillions.
even trillions of YouTube videos. Yeah, I agree. Brother, are you going to show me where this is Isaac, or you can't show me?
I'm already sure. I can't show you where is Isaac because it's not written there.
So why do majority of Muslims believe it's Ishmael that was sacrificed if it was Isaac?
In the Bible, what does it say? Isaac, yeah?
Yeah, but Muslims don't believe that. Muslims believe it was Ishmael that was going to be sacrificed.
Let me explain it to you. I've been trying to explain this to you for like a solid 5 minutes.
What? But why? Yeah. I'm just telling you. I know. I've spoken to Muslims before about this. Muslims believe it's Ishmael that gets sacrificed, not Isaac. So you're telling me it's Isaac according to Quran, even though the Quran doesn't say it.
No.
So why do Muslims believe that it's Ishmael, not Isaac?
Oh my God. Let me explain it to you. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Explain. Is this a contradiction in your belief or what?
What? No.
Okay, well, explain why do certain Muslims believe it's Ishmael?
Of Isaac's birth.
Okay, but why do some Muslims believe it's Ishmael? That's what I'm asking you.
I believe it's Ishmael. That's the thing.
What? So Ishmael's the one that sacrificed?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. You just said it was Isaac.
Huh? No.
No. What do you think that? What do you think that? Bro, it literally sounds like a God Logic skit, bro. Holy crap, bro. Yo, am I in a God Logic skit right now? Like, bro,
Okay, but what's happening?
you just said it was Isaac and now you're saying it's Ishmael. And you're like, no. Why would you think that? Bro, exactly, bro. Hey, man, go sit down, bro. Holy crap. Yo, what is going on, man? I can't, man. I can't. Dude just switched up like mid talk. No. Why would you? Yeah.
You don't see how?
You don't see how?
No.
Like literally, it's like in the Bible, it says Abraham went to sacrifice Isaac. In the Quran, it says he went to sacrifice his son. So his son is who? Isaac. No. Why would you think that?
What would you? You don't see how? Crazy,
Bro, what is happening, bro? Like I can't.
Man, that actually was a pretty crazy. It's funny too because this is like whenever I do lives, this is why I only do topics that surround epistemology, because Muslims have none. And they don't realize that they don't have any epistemology until you start talking to them. They assume the thing in question because nobody ever checks them on it. So then when you start asking questions prior to argumentation, they realize like they just been moonwalking for 1400 years.
Tap dancing and moonwalking is crazy, bro. Man, oh my gosh, bro. Guys, it is Bright Week. All right. Christos Anesti to all the Orthodox Christians celebrating the death, burial, and resurrection of our Lord and Savior. Man, so crazy, bro. Beautiful service. If you guys ever been there, if you guys are a Christian, even if you don't believe in Orthodoxy, it is a bucket list to experience the Holy Week in general. Okay, in the Orthodox Church, you got to at least do it one time. You know. You don't even, just forget the icons or whatever, if that makes you weirded out, or prayers to Mary or whatever. Everything else is just so beautiful as far as Christ's death, burial, and resurrection. I know my wife was super excited for Holy Week, and this is what I love about, just being in a house that we follow Orthodoxy, that we go and experience something like this together as a family. Peace was like extremely excited for Good Friday, and she was talking about it all the way going up to it. And man, if you guys, and I know there's a lot of people that were mentioning that they went to the Good Friday service, like absolutely amazing. And just being able to go, especially if you go with your family, and to look at the theology that's behind everything. And, Peace and I just being able to talk about like, this is the Exodus, this is baptism, this is this and that. Just to be able to see all that really helps you just dig a little bit deeper into our theology and just contemplate a little bit more. It's one thing to debate these things and discuss it and be like, okay, this is logically true, but to actually go through like the full experience is a whole other level. You know what I mean? And it's what we should all be seeking. It's not just about being right about this stuff. It's actually living it out. So man, insane.
I, yeah. Hold on, so I'm waiting for him to connect. Ahmad, why did you laugh at what I said about you guys having
Because
bad epistemology?
you're confused at epistemology, right? You don't say, right, you don't have epistemology. It's not a proper question. You say you
Oh my
have
gosh,
Oh my
bro.
God! So now he's gonna go with the
Here we go with the
technicality,
film, bro. Yeah,
the
bro.
hyper literal,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
you guys just like when it comes to your
That's right. Yeah,
faith,
that's
there's no
what I thought
epistemic
you were
justification. What he's saying, dude? What a clown!
Where do you go?
I don't know.
What the
I didn't
freak,
drop him.
bro? Come back up here, dude. Come back up here. Let's have a conversation, dude. This is crazy, bro. And this is one of the Phil bros, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I can't understand what he says though.
Where did he go?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
send
didn't.
you
I didn't
another.
drop him. So concede your blunder. This is what that's what the Phil bros do, bro. Like you could say something like maybe like a little exaggerated or something like slightly off, but contextually, you know what the person means. Nah, bro, that's not exactly what it means, bro, because it means this and blah blah blah. You just got cooked, and now they
Yeah,
cooked you because they corrected you on something small. I'm like, bro, get out of here, man.
yeah. Like for instance, if I say, "Oh my God, Muslims have no common sense," like I'm part of Dark Horse or whatever his name is, Dark House. If I say that Muslims have no common sense, does that literally mean, harfiyan, that Muslims have no common sense at all? I mean, maybe you don't. I mean, maybe for you it's literal, but obviously that's just rhetoric.
Yeah, bro.
Like you guys are so insane, dude. Like
You would think
I
they would know about
swear.
rhetoric too. That's crazy.
Yeah, because all they do is rhetoric max. They just
Crazy.
rep max all day. Yeah, Amar, you can come up, bro. I sent you an invite three
He
times.
left on his
So
own.
you
I
can
didn't
come
drop
up.
him, so he ain't trying to come up here, bro.
Insane.
I baked bait, bro. Bait is not even somebody that is even worth bragging about baking,
Okay,
bro.
excuse me.
But
Hi.
what's up?
Could you explain what the Trinity is, real quick?
Are you Muslim?
A brief explanation.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a description of how God exists. He exists as three persons, but he is one being.
Okay, but how does that, like, listen, in the Bible itself,
It mutes your mic when you swipe up from TikTok. So if you're talking right now, don't hear you.
wait 1 second, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, I forgot.
You can't keep swiping up from TikTok, man, because it
Mark
mutes your mic.
listen.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay. Now I can hear
Okay,
you. You
Mark
got to stay in the
15.
app, or else it'll mute your mic and we can't talk.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mark 15:34.
Mark 15:34.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
As he's getting as Jesus is getting sacrificed, he's calling upon God.
okay.
If he truly is God, if the Trinity actually works, how, like, why would he be calling
did you
upon
listen to
himself?
what look, you said you wanted a simple explanation as to what the Trinity is, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and I gave you an answer. What was it? Were you listening?
I was.
Okay, what'd I say?
I don't remember exactly.
So no, you weren't listening. So listen. And because my response would answer your question on Mark 15. So the Trinity is a description of how God exists. It's a doctrine. So God
Yeah.
is one being, but he exists as three persons.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, if so, why
the three-
would God call upon himself?
he's not, because the three
Like-
persons are not the same person. That's why there are three.
Okay.
Okay. So the Son is calling on the Father. That's two persons right there.
That's I don't. It doesn't click, bro.
Okay. Just because it doesn't click, does that make it false?
I guess,
Really?
bro.
Okay.
Because
Do you know quantum physics?
no, I don't take it.
Yeah. For me, it doesn't click. It's very difficult. Do you agree?
By that I mean it doesn't. It's not logical. It doesn't like.
Oh, okay. So you think anything that doesn't make sense to you is not logical?
My days, bro. Just forget it, bro. خلاص.
Just forget it. No, stay. Look, I'm just saying, I think what you're realizing is that just because you're making the claim it doesn't make sense to you, which is fine if it doesn't make it false. It's just a personal thing. You are having trouble understanding it. But you are not the dictator of what's true and what's false. Right? Just because you, heart emoji girl, don't understand something doesn't make it false. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So, do you have another question or?
No, that's it. Wait, actually, I have another question. This one's just for clarification. I heard. I'm not sure. A Christian. A Christian told me this once. Children get baptized, right? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It means like entering through Christianity or something. I'm not sure what it is, but apparently, before a person, an adult, wait, sorry, what was it? Okay, wait, how do you say it?
How do I say what? Baptism?
The word baptize?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, baptized.
Yeah, okay, that thing, that process. I heard someone told me that you guys go through this in order to basically clean yourselves off of your previous sins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that what it is?
yes, not entirely though.
Yeah, okay. Children, why do children do that?
Because they're born in a corrupted nature.
How so?
Because in our belief, this is not Islamic belief.
Yeah.
In our belief that when Adam and Eve disobeyed God, their ontology changed, their nature changed. It became corrupted. So anytime they had children afterwards, they all took on this corrupted nature, and there's no fixing it. So then it continues on all the way to us, where we are born in a corrupted nature because of Adam and Eve. So what baptism does is it helps purify and regenerate this corrupted nature to have then later on, well, they receive the Holy Spirit, but later on when they're older and they're making decisions, they can strive towards a non-corrupted nature.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure, go on.
Okay. What do you say to people like Christians that are like, you know, the Quran says that women can be hit by their husbands? What do you say to that?
General, it's not true, to be honest. Okay, there are verses, but you don't reach to the extent
Wait,
of hitting
1 second.
a woman.
You said there are verses.
Sorry, yeah.
What? When you say there are verses, what do you mean by that?
Listen, I'm not sure. I haven't read about this topic yet, but it's either a prophetic saying or a verse that says you can hit women apparently, but
Okay.
scholars
So
have
there.
discussed
So you're
this.
saying there is a verse that
I'm
says
saying
you
I'm
can
not sure.
hit
I
your
haven't read
wife.
through it.
Okay.
I haven't read about it yet.
Okay.
But
So yeah, no problem. If you haven't read it, it's fine. But you do
Yeah.
You do agree that there is a verse that's saying that wives can be hit, right?
according to what others say, according to what some Muslims as well talk about, apparently there is.
Okay. And you haven't looked this up
Okay.
yourself when you heard this.
Sorry?
And you haven't looked this up yourself when you heard this.
I didn't look into it. Like, I wasn't too interested in it.
Why wouldn't you be interested in this? Like, are you? I'm assuming you're not married.
No, I'm not.
Okay. But if you do get married, it's going to be something that can happen to you, right? Hello? Hello? You're muted. She's going to leave. This is and guys, this is the sad part because obviously, look, I'm gonna show her the verse, but now she's going to act like something happened and cause her to go away. This is cultish behavior. Listen to what she said, and she left. Listen to what she said. She heard and she agreed that there's verses out there that people talk about, but she never wanted to go look for it herself. It's cultish behavior, like remain in ignorance or purposely don't illuminate yourself, man. Like, don't actually go find the answers. Stay in ignorance so that you don't have to deal with the fact that there's a problem here. This is what cults do. They keep people in the dark. It's crazy. Guys, don't forget to hit my wife a follow. Peace Apologetics on TikTok. Her TikTok is always tagged in every single one of my videos. Just go to my last video or any of my videos, and you'll see her name tagged in there. Make sure you hit her a follow on TikTok. And then also make sure you hit her a sub on the YouTube as well. The YouTube link is in the description. Make sure you hit her a follow, hit her a sub on TikTok and on YouTube. Queen, what's up?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Are you Muslim?
Okay, thank you for. Yeah, alhamdulillah, I am a Muslim, yes.
Okay, you have a question?
Yes, is it ever okay to unalive babies?
If God is passing judgment, yeah. I mean, don't you believe that?
Now we have like differences because our God will never let babies die.
Really?
And order. Just 1 second, brother. By bloodbath.
That's not true.
Like he never does like ordering like a king to unalive the kids with like a sword and making like a huge chaos.
So you're going to be specific, but he does allow them to drown though, right?
Yes, and even in your Bible, this is happening too.
If you had a choice on a way to die, would you rather die with like a quick sword, or would you rather drown? Which one do you think would be better?
I'm sorry, what do you mean by a quick sword? I would rather drown.
You would rather
open my
drown?
mouth, like very fast and like drink the water so I can drown like directly instead of like seeing people getting like.
You understand that
chaos
drowning
and,
is a slow death, right?
No, I'd rather die, be unalived in a flood or water than being unalived by the sword and seeing my like people, my
That's
parents,
wild.
my
Queen, I don't think you've ever looked up. I don't think you ever looked up what happens when a person drowns. Like when a person is drowning,
Yes, I've seen it.
You've seen people drown?
Yes, I've seen.
Where did you see people drown?
On the movies.
In the movies, okay, movie.
In the movies.
All right, but all right, fine, whatever. The movies,
So,
all right.
brother,
So listen,
brother,
when your body begins to reach the point of where you're drowning, your body actually starts to take over, and it forces you to kick, and it forces you to actually like you lose all control, and it actually fights for you to start getting some breath, and it's a slow death. It's like strangling somebody. So
yeah, but I rather be unalived when I'm like drowning than being like maybe
with a sword?
I would not be Yes.
You understand,
I
like
would
if you
never
like,
want
for example,
to-
if like someone uses a sword to like, your head, and your head comes off, you probably wouldn't feel anything at that point.
Okay, brother.
And it'll be a
I
matter
know
of
this,
seconds
I
before
understand.
you're gone. You
Yeah,
know?
I understand this. This is like we say in halal slaughtering, yeah? When we are gonna slaughter like a cow, we have to do it like with a knife and do it like quick on
Exactly.
the throat. Yeah?
Exactly.
This is absolutely fine, no problem.
So which
when you
one?
are
Wait,
in-
which is it halal to drown an animal?
Halal to drown? No, absolutely not.
So wait, so
Yeah, you cannot drown an animal. What
so
kind
it's
of
halal to
question
use
is
hold on. It's allowed to use a sword, but not haram to use water and drown them. But in your book, Allah drowns babies, but he doesn't kill them with the sword.
No, I will explain this because when you are doing this to a person, yeah, and do it directly by the sword on the throat, he will get unalive directly without like feel anything.
Exactly.
Okay, but
Yeah. That's
yeah,
why.
yes,
So
yes,
which one?
I'm
So
with you.
you
I'm
either.
with you.
But
I'm
then
with you. Just
why
give
did
me
you
one
say
second,
you?
brother.
Wait. But why did you say you would rather drown then?
Yes, because in this wars, it wasn't like this. They didn't come and take one by one and do like head
No,
off,
Queen.
head
No, no,
off,
no, no,
head
no,
off.
no. That's not
It
what.
was
That's
a
not. You're
war
answering something
against,
I didn't
yes,
ask.
yes,
I asked you,
brother,
which one
brother,
would
just
you
listen.
rather choose? Would you? Oh man, I got. Of course, I got a restriction.
Brother, just,
Hey, hold on,
why,
hold
why,
on. I got
why?
a bunch of restrictions. Hey, when I
Okay,
said,
take me
guys,
down, take me up
tap the
again.
screen, so we can get these restrictions lifted. When I said, which one would you rather choose? You said drowning.
Yes, but you're not
Why
letting
if it's
me
not? Why
explain.
if it's not
Just
quick
one
like the
second. Okay,
sword?
okay, brother, listen. I said to you, when you are drowning, it's something, okay? Even drowning is not okay. Like, I wouldn't die as drowning if I would, like, die in another way. I would rather be, like, shot in the head or whatever. But with this sort thing, when they were in the war, they didn't take one by one and cut their,
How do you know?
unalive.
How do you know? How do you know what they
Because
did?
it was war. They were like coming and like
Doesn't
being
matter.
on the
In war, do
closest.
they
No, it
still?
does matter. It
It
does
does
matter.
not
Just one
matter. You're
second,
making
brother.
a
Brother, just
queen.
one
You're
second.
making
Brother.
assumptions. You're making assumptions about the
Brother.
text.
Okay, okay. Then
Let me ask you
answer
this.
me to
Is it
this.
halal to? Is it
Answer me to
halal?
this.
I just need
Just
to
one
know this.
second, brother.
I
I
just
will
need
let
to
you.
know. I just need to know, Queen. Is it halal to use a
Okay,
sword?
tell me. Is it halal to use a sword?
Mm-hmm.
A knife? You mean? Like you say a knife?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So now you don't know what a sword is.
Yes.
A safe, a
Yes.
sword, a sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So it
It's
is. It's
allowed.
halal.
Yes.
Okay. So it's halal.
Yes.
They're using something that's halal. Is it halal to drown them?
If no, for us people,
All
we are
right.
not
Well,
allowed to
halas.
do this.
So they were doing it. They're doing it the halal way. What's the
Okay,
issue?
but brother,
In your
no.
book, Allah only does it the haram way.
Okay, can you let me explain?
I mean, you're
Please,
gonna
just one
like
second.
whatever you explain, you're gonna have to back it
Listen,
up.
listen.
Just let you know.
Yes, I will. I will. We can use the sword. It's okay, but when are we allowed to use it? It's only for self-defense. We are
What?
absolutely not allowed to use it. On innocent people.
Oh my
The
God,
people who
Queen.
wants to come and unalive us, it's okay for us to do self-defense. Or do you rather want
But
us to
Allah,
stay
but
like
what
this
if?
and let
But wouldn't
us
Allah?
our head
But
cut off?
Allah is passing judgment on these people, and what if Allah is passing judgment on this baby?
Not with a bloodbath. Never.
Really? Well, I mean, doesn't your
No,
God?
never.
Well,
Because
but hold on.
because
Let me ask you this:
okay, I will
What's
hold on.
worse, unaliving babies with a sword, or sending babies to hell? Which one's worse?
In the hell, of course.
Well, your God sends babies to hell.
Where the hell is this verse in the Quran? Please show me.
It's in a hadith.
Yeah, I don't go by the hadith.
Your Quran only.
No, I go by the Quran and Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Yeah, the hadith is the sunnah.
No, not all of them, because some of the hadiths are like stories from the people which
So
came
you,
after like
if it
200
if
after
it's
Prophet
sahih,
Muhammad.
if it's
But
sahih, would you accept it?
Yeah, I'm telling you about the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad.
If
like
it's
how he
sahih,
did
would you accept
pray.
it?
I said to you, no, I will not accept everything.
So what do you? If it's even if it's sahih, you wouldn't accept it?
I said to you, the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I
Yeah,
go by.
like for example,
How
like
he
Sahih
did
Muslim.
pray.
Do you accept Sahih Muslim?
Yeah. How did he pray? How did he
Do you accept
fast?
Sahih
How
Muslim?
did he make?
Do you
I said to
accept
you, bro.
Sahih Muslim?
Yes, the things that is Sunnah, I go. But when it's another hadith without the Sunnah, I don't follow.
Yeah.
So I take the Quran
Is Sahih
and
Muslim
the
Sunnah?
hadith. Some of them, yes. Or how the
How do you know,
Prophet
how do you know
Muhammad
which ones are
spoke about them.
correct and which ones are not?
What do you mean? How do I know which
Out
one's
of the
correct?
collection
Which one
of
is not?
in the collection of Sahih Muslim, how do you know which hadiths are correct and which ones are not?
Yes, because like I said, I follow the Sunnah. So
You keep
the
saying
Sunnah
that.
has
I already
been
heard you. You don't
exactly
need to
after
keep
Prophet
repeating that,
Muhammad.
Queen. Queen, you don't need to keep repeating that. My
Yes,
question is
yes, okay.
specific. In the collection of hadiths of Sahih Muslim, and please do not say I follow the Sunnah. I already got it. So in the collection of hadiths
Okay.
of Sahih Muslim, how do you know which ones to accept and which ones to deny?
Because there is like only one
What?
of them.
There's only one?
Yes, because
Only one what?
yes, like how to pray, like how you pray. There is like this typical how you pray, how you fast. There is like this
So
typical how you fast.
only the hadiths that talk about prayer and fasting you accept, everything else you reject.
Yeah, we can say like this. The Sunnah.
Where do you get this criteria? Where do you get this criteria from?
What do you mean criteria?
The criteria that you just put, that you just invoked onto this. You said, I only accept the ones that talk about prayer and fasting. Where do you get this
Yes,
from?
because these are the Sunnah of the Quran.
Oh my God.
Like this is like in the
Okay,
Quran,
listen.
God said,
Queen, stop
"Follow
saying
me,
the Sunnah. Stop it. Like I don't, like I got it. Yeah, we know what the Sunnah is. You're following the ways of the Prophet. But the Prophet didn't just pray and fast all day long. Okay? There's other things that he did as well. Right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
and there's
no.
other things that he taught that you need to follow as well, right?
Yes, like
Okay.
he did, like you can say he brushed his teeth.
Yeah,
with
there you
his
go.
mouth.
Yeah, he stepped into the bathroom with his right foot, not his left, and he wiped his butt with rocks. Yeah, all those things, right? So now, when we follow the
Not with
Sunnah
rocks,
of the
but
Prophet, when he teaches you about who goes to heaven and who goes to hell, is that important to know?
Mhm. Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's the Sunnah, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Like
Well,
how
let's
to
read.
pray
Let's read the
like
Sunnah. Let's read the Sunnah. Okay. Here.
Yeah, you do
This
that.
is narrated by Aisha. You like Aisha?
I love her.
You
Absolutely.
love, of course you do. Okay, so this is her. Okay, narrated by
Yes.
her. Now the context gives you right here in the blue letters. Aisha and Muhammad, they were in a funeral for a baby. Okay. Now I want you.
Brother, this is not what
Now
I said. I
I-
don't follow this hadith, which is extra. Because
Extra?
this came after,
How is
after
this
Prophet-
extra?
Yes, because
How?
they came after 200 after Prophet Muhammad was
Which
unalive.
hadith? Which hadith
So,
didn't
I don't-
come? Which hadith didn't come 200 years? Which one came during the time of Muhammad? Which ones?
The things like how he prayed.
Oh my God.
Example, he prayed like
Queen,
the
Queen,
extra prayers.
Queen, you're a kafir, and
Yes.
you're purposely, and this is the frustrating part. You guys are
Okay,
willing.
let
You
us
guys are
go back
willing.
to this.
Please be quiet. You guys are willing, even though I know this is not true. I know everything you're saying that you believe is not true. You follow these hadiths, but you're purposely trying to find a lie to throw these hadiths under the bus so that I don't hold you accountable to something that you know you're not going to be able to defend. And this is the
Brother,
frustrating
in the
part.
end, it's
You guys
not
are
me who
willing.
will judge
This
you,
is the
right?
frustrating part. You guys are willing to go to the extent of throwing your whole religion away just to be right against the Christian. This is why I believe like
Brother.
Muslims are actually like, I think they're actually atheists. I really, the fact that they're willing to throw their God and their prophet under the bus just to win an argument against the Christian tells me you guys don't actually fear what you guys say that you guys are following. You guys don't actually have a reverence for it or a respect. You care more about how you look in public against a Christian than you do about burning in hell. And if that's the case, I don't really think you would believe you would burn in hell. I don't think you believe this stuff is real, which is why I believe you guys are atheists. So, anyways, have a good day. You guys are just atheists. Like atheists that don't want to be atheists. Like, look, I don't really believe there's a God because I think if I find truth as to who the real God is, I would have to follow things that I don't want to follow for whatever reason. So therefore, I'm going to follow this God because this God allows me to feed my flesh, which is ultimately what I want to do anyway. I just want to be my own God. And I can disguise it as if I'm submitting my will to the true God. And we're going to follow this religion. Even though I don't really believe it, I'm just going to like put on the clothes and say the sayings, and it's going to feel like I'm following God. But on the inside, I don't actually pray. I don't actually follow these things. And when it gets down to the nitty gritty, as far as like a debate, I'm going to win the debate because I'll throw my whole religion under the bus just to be right on a debate, bro. That's it. Holy crap, man. It's just wild. These people are wild. I don't get it. Just atheists in disguise, bro. Just atheist cosplaying as a theist. That's what they're doing. Craziness, man. All right, this person's not connecting, so.
Oh, it's showing that they're up here. The Yana person.
Yeah, but on my screen it's showing that it's loading.
Oh, okay.
For the guests on the panel, it looks like they're up there. They're both loading and not. All right. Just drop them. All right, let's see what we got. There we go. What's up?
Hello. What's up? How are you?
Doing good. What faith are you?
I'm Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
All right, bro. What you got?
All I want to say is that you coming debating here on TikTok, for example, first of all, excuse what Queen did, because first of all, her debate completely is wrong. What she's saying is all wrong and shirk. And this is not what we Muslims believe in. I'm still like a teenager and I'm not well educated in Islam. But all I want to say is that if you really want to debate someone, find a sheikh, a proper sheikh, and debate him. When you're debating teenagers, and for example, a few minutes ago a kid came up, it's just not fair. You get what I mean? Like it's not a fair argument or debate.
Okay.
So all I want to say is just if you want to debate properly, get someone that is well educated and knows Islam properly and debate him. Because you, first of all, you're just being racist right now.
Being racist?
With all my respect. With all my, yeah, you are.
Define racist, please.
You're talking to Queen as if like you're saying we're atheists. We're Muslims, and you know that.
Can you define racist?
I'm not here to define anything. I'm just telling you that.
Bro, you're not, you're not even using the term racist right.
What you're telling.
What's Queen, racist mean, bro?
I'm telling you.
Hey, we're not moving on until you define racist. You just called me a racist, but you don't even know what it means.
Yeah, you are racist because you.
Okay, what does racist mean?
You called Queen an atheist, and
so calling someone an atheist means I'm racist.
And you're laughing and making fun.
Yes, because you guys are atheists, actually, on the inside, just in denial.
Okay, prove that.
No, I can't prove it, but it's obvious just by the way you guys behave.
Not obvious. How's it obvious though?
Did you see what she just did? She just threw her whole. She knows she's lying. About you just admitted. By the way, you just admitted. You just admitted right now that this is. Let me speak, brother. Let me stop being racist. Let me speak. So when it comes to Muslims and what they believe, you just agreed that she completely went against her religion. You said she committed shirk. You said she committed shirk. The fact, and she knew she was doing that, by the way. It's not like she was doing it out of ignorance. She did it because she did not want to have to face the hard facts about this hadith. That's why. So if somebody is willing to throw their whole religion away just to be right on a TikTok live, tells me they don't actually believe what they believe. They don't.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. That Queen, what she did was wrong. Okay, but
go takfir her. Go takfir her, bro.
I'm not gonna takfir anyone because I'm not that person. I'm not the sheikh to go and start saying this guy's a kafir, this person's a kafir, this sister's a kafir. I cannot be saying that. But all I can say, from what I know about my religion, that's
you're racist,
what she said was wrong.
If you don't takfir her, you're racist.
I'm talking. That's what she said is wrong.
If you don't takfir her, you're racist.
I'm not takfiring her. Are you okay?
If you don't, then you're racist.
I'm not takfiring her.
Then you're racist.
How?
Because you are. You're racist if you don't do that.
How? Explain that.
Because that's what racist means.
Yeah, D, I think so. I also think so.
So you're racist.
But
So you agree you're racist?
I'm talking to D. I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Do you agree you're racist?
No, I'm not racist.
Well, you are.
Alhamdulillah.
You're racist if you don't takfir her.
Yeah, I know he's trying to prove me wrong. I know that.
You're
He thinks
racist. You're
he thinks
racist
he's
if you don't
outsmarting me.
takfir her. Why don't you go takfir her, brother?
Obviously, I won't because I'm a proper
Then you,
Muslim. And I know what's
obviously
right and what's
because you're
wrong.
racist. That's why. Obviously, only racists wouldn't do that.
Boy, you're just trying to play around because you don't know what to say at this point.
No, I'm playing.
All I wanna say-
I'm proving to
all
you
I
that
wanna
you're
tell
just
you-
you're just
all I
throwing
wanna
words
tell
around that
when
you don't
you're
even know what they
opening a
mean.
live-
Get the hell out of here! You don't try to tell me how to open a live, bro. Go learn how to like get a job and make money. How about that? Go pay a bill. The hell are you gonna tell me how to open up a live? Little ass kid, man. Don't even know what racist means, but he gonna tell me how to do a live. Bro, get out of here. Hey, thank you for the super chat. The Trinity is in the Hebrew word for Abraham. Thank you, Habibi. Appreciate that. The real deal. Thank you so much for the 6-month membership on the YouTube. You should have had an upgraded cross, so congratulations on the upgrade on the little badge that you have. Religion of well, yes, but also no at the same time. God bless you, Bear. Keep representing us well. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Mr. Gabe, shout out to Mr. Gabe with the $2 super chat. Bear, it's Ishmael. You don't see how? You don't see how? You don't see how it's Ishmael? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't see how. And then KR, thank you so much. My morning fix of Bible study and Muslim cooking. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. And then Adam Slosser with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that, man. 5 people got a free membership on the YouTube. That means you guys got some exclusive content, Bible studies, emojis, and more stuff coming in the future. So thank you guys, or thank you, Adam, for 5 randoms that just got that. And if it's you and your name turned green in the chat, that means you received the free membership. Shout out to Sonnet, man, for the gift. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, Sonnet. He got a weak stomach. Appreciate you, Sonnet. 2 money guns, I think it was. 2.
One hand on my money, one hand on my buddy. That's the AK-47. Make his neighborhood love me. Bullets like birds, you can hear them humming. Don't let that bird. He got a weak
Thank you,
stomach.
Sonnet. Appreciate the 2 money guns, man. Appreciate it. Follow Sonnet. He has a very, very entertaining live. So, and he lets me up every once in a while, and I appreciate that. So, shout out to Sonnet. Appreciate it. All right. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? Hey, Queen, you got takfired by the racist. Go talk to the racist kid. He went to takfir you. All right, let's see if these people are coming up. In the meantime, guys, don't forget to hit my beautiful wife a follow, Peace Apologetics. You can find her name on TikTok in my last video on TikTok. I always tag her in all of my videos, so make sure you hit on her profile and hit her a follow today. Today is Theotokos Thursday. That's the topic for her lives. So very educational. She has a different style than me, but I think it's better in a lot of ways. Thank you, Triune. I think it's better in a lot of ways. She and on top of that, like the entertainment and how she runs her lives is absolutely like it's top tier. Okay, so make sure you guys hit her a follow on TikTok. Make sure you sub to her YouTube as well. Stuff coming up very, very soon on that as well. Triune, thank you for the money gun. Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Don't let that bird. He got a weak stomach.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see. Try to. Oh, Base, did you request by accident or did you do that on purpose? Hold on a second. Oh, a question. Okay, 1 second. My TikTok is glitching out.
Hey, Bear.
Yep, what's up?
Hey, so last night I was talking with Ghost, here on the app, and he was saying that the earliest account that we have of Josephus's like recording of the Jesus being crucified is from the 11th century. And basically, and he goes on to say, like, Aribius, one of the early church fathers, who was like Constantine's like main guy, I guess he like there's proof that he added stuff in. Anyways, do you have anything that would? And he showed that the early church fathers never knew about Josephus's writings, but never said anything, but never referenced them as proof. What would be your response to that?
That the church fathers never referenced Josephus?
No. That they reference Josephus's writings, but that they never say that Josephus wrote about the crucifixion.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, what's the argument? Like, what's the conversation? What's the topic of conversation?
Well, the argument was just basically that Jesus wasn't crucified.
Okay. And Josephus, you're saying, never mentions it?
Well, I'm saying that Josephus does mention it, that it is recorded in his Flaviums, and that you can clearly see it written in there. And he's saying that it was an addition added later by Christians.
Yeah,
but I know that there was
it's not that it's an addition. So there's an interpolation. So somebody didn't, because there was things that Josephus was saying, like that he was making like positive claims, like he was the Messiah, he did raise from the dead. But the actual manuscripts they found later on, like there were like some in Babylon that they found manuscripts that you see the actual writing of it, where that makes a lot more sense, because he was Jewish, saying that there were people that claimed he died, claimed he was the Messiah, and claimed he rose from the dead. He wasn't actually making it a positive claim for himself.
Okay. Yeah, there's a also just really quick, there's something that you should know about Josephus that I think a lot of people will find really interesting. So what Bear said is 100% completely correct, but a lot of people don't know this, but there's a how we know that what Josephus said about Jesus being crucified is accurate is because the original language that Josephus wrote his Flavium in was in Greek, but there's actually an Arabic transcription of it as well that came a little bit later on. And in the Arabic transcription, it actually says the same thing, minus the fact that, because when the reason they say there's an interpolation is, oh, well, because Josephus says that he was the Messiah. But in the Arabic transcription of it, they say exactly the same thing, but it says that he was perhaps the Messiah. So we know that the interpolation was on the fact that he was possibly the Messiah, but that it was not, that he was crucified. And you can look this up actually. I think it was like they found a transcription in like 1972 that dates to like the 10th century. It was from like some Syrian guy. It was a Christian historian. I think his name was like Agapius or something like that. And he was an Arab Christian historian, and he actually transcribed what Josephus said into Arabic, and he left in the part that he was crucified. But the section where Josephus says that he was the Messiah, in the Arabic transcription, it just says that he was perhaps the Messiah. So that's how we know, like, that's the interpolation, but not the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he didn't say. It doesn't mean he didn't say anything at all about it. It just means that the way he was claiming it, it wouldn't make sense for him to claim he's the Messiah and then not be a Christian.
Yeah, and then another agreed. And then another thing he was saying was that the earliest manuscript we have is from the 10th century. So therefore, how do we know this is what Josephus actually wrote? and I'm just like, bro, dude.
Then we got to throw away most of history. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is where textual criticism comes into play, and the ability.
But he's not. But bro, he's not the only one, bro. We got the Babylonian Talmud. We have Tacitus. We have other things. And if there's something that's later, first of all, that doesn't automatically dismiss it as a textual criticism in history. Okay, as long as there's other methods in order to verify, even though if the writing comes very, very late. All right, but if you have other attestations that also have no motivation, that come from a source that has no motivation to lie about these things, okay, then it strengthens this 10th century text.
Or bear maybe a chair or a chain of narration.
Yeah, that's that too. We'll get we can just make up a hadith science, and then there we go. Alhamdulillah, we got it. But
Okay. Yeah, that was all I wanted to come up and ask about because I was discussing with him last night.
no problem, brother. God bless you, man.
Yeah, God bless you too.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. Let's see if this guy's gonna connect.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Hello, brother.
Oh my god. How are you, man?
Doing good, Habibi. You don't got school today?
No, I'm on a 2-week break, so I just want to exchange thoughts. I'm not too knowledgeable since I'm a revert.
You're a revert? What are your parents?
We all converted, so yeah.
Oh, okay. From where? What were you guys before?
So I just want to go back to what you said.
Wait. What were you guys before?
We were.
Hey, when you go away from TikTok and mute your mic.
Sorry, I just want to.
What were you guys before you reverted?
I said I was Christian, but so I just want to continue on what you said before earlier of takfir. So I don't think we are in a place to call someone a non-believer.
Really?
That's kind of God's role, and yeah, that's what I want to say. I don't think someone is racist. So what I'm trying to say is
Hey, bro, did you clean your room today?
Excuse me?
Did you clean your room today?
It's not really relevant, is it?
Yeah,
bro,
is,
he didn't do it, bro.
That's why because if you did do it, whether it's relevant or not, you would have stood on that. You would have been like, bruh, I cleaned my room today. All right, I made my bed and everything. Did you do that?
Oh my God, bro.
Little ass kid, man. He's a little ass kid. We gotta give him grace. You little ass kid. You little ass kid trying to tell me I can't tell him they're racist. Even though I got called a racist, right? He won't call out the other guy calling me a racist randomly. But when I do it,
funny, dude?
it's haram.
That guy that came up that called you racist, he came up and he said, well, the person that came up before me was incorrect, so I'm here to correct them. then this kid came up to say the dude that came up before me was incorrect. I'm here to correct him. Bro, like, do any of you guys know anything? Like, y'all just correct each other. Like,
Y'all
my
just all
God,
day
bro.
long just be correcting each other, man. Like y'all be. That's why they so scared to say the wrong thing on a live because, bro, they'll run a whole council takfiring you, bro. Like the TikTok
Whole
imams,
councils.
bro. They be they ruthless, bro, and they'll
Whole
dox you and
councils.
everything. You know. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what up? So, I got something embarrassing to admit, man. I went on a TikTok live last night debating some muzzies, and I got spanked. It wasn't even funny. I got spanked bad.
Oh man.
So I have a question for you. So, we know that Jesus had two natures.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, like, how do we ground this, and like, why is it not a contradiction because these two natures are opposite to each other, quote unquote?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically the argument is for everybody to understand that Jesus is one subject, but we claim he is truly God, truly man. But those two natures have opposing properties that contradict each other. Correct? So how can Jesus be, all-knowing and not all-knowing at the same time, or, those type of things, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay. Yeah, so first of all, we got to define what a contradiction is. So a contradiction is a proposition that also has its negation. Okay, so meaning like it's going to be true and false in the same way in the same sense. So,
Right.
or it's going to be one thing and an opposite thing in the same way in the same sense. When we say Jesus is God and human, although those are two opposites, we're not saying he is God and human in the same way in the same sense, because there are two different natures. Okay, so for example, a squared circle. We're
Mhm.
describing a shape and we're saying this shape is a square and a circle. Well, that's a contradiction. Can't exist.
No.
When we say Jesus is God and human, we're not saying one nature is God and human at the same time. We're saying that there is a divine nature and a human nature that the person subsists with.
Mhm.
So Jesus is acting from his divine nature from eternity, and also his actions are in creation through a human nature. It's not a contradiction. Those are two different senses, so it wouldn't be a contradiction.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And
Now,
like,
now
do
the
we
other,
have like church? Do we have
yeah,
like church fathers who like
of course,
grounds
bro.
this
Just
as
read
well?
the Council of Chalcedon. It's all about this topic. Okay.
You can
Okay.
also you can also read Athanasius on the
Yeah,
incarnation.
exactly
Like
right.
that's literally the whole purpose of that work.
Exactly right. Now, to go a little bit further, they'll say, well, you're still applying these properties to one subject. Okay. And the subject is the person of Christ. Okay.
Yeah.
And therefore, it doesn't matter if these are two different natures, you're still applying it to one subject. Well, that's not necessarily still not a contradiction, even though on the surface it may seem like it. So, for example, Mike, you have a human nature, and this human nature is composed of a soul and a body, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, your soul is immaterial, you can't touch it, and your body is material, you can touch it.
Yeah.
So if I make the statement and I say Mike is immaterial, is that a true or false statement?
It's technically true because I am immaterial at the same time material.
Exactly. So then on the same note, if I say Mike is material,
It wouldn't be a contradiction.
it would still also be
It's true in
true,
both
right?
cases. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's only true in order for us to hash out the truth behind these two statements that seem to oppose each other. We need to qualify what we mean, right? I can't just say it and be ambiguous, right? So when I say you're immaterial, I'm referencing your soul. When I say you're material, I'm referencing the flesh. So it's the same thing for the one person of Christ. When we say he is God, we're referencing the fact that he possesses a divine nature. When we're saying he's human, we're referencing the fact that he incarnated as a human.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot more sense. I felt like I did explain that. I just feel like once he started being like, well, what's this? And that I'm like that's like I kept saying that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do. And I think the gaslighting is what get to me. It's never what they say. It's always like they're like, oh, you did this. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah. I mean, bro, you got to be able to answer. Like, I know sometimes they do ask questions that are irrelevant, but you need to either know how to answer the question and stay on topic, or be able to back up why this question is irrelevant. You can't just say it's irrelevant and then not say anything, because now you're opening the door for them to push this rhetoric that you're just avoiding the answer, right? And now they're going to push the rhetoric that you're avoiding the answer because you're being dishonest and it's not true, this and that, and now they made a spectacle out of you,
Yeah, but yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guy. So much. I can go read those sources that you gave me with the Council of Chalcedon and Athanasius.
On the incarnation. Yeah. Read on the incarnation first, and then do the Council of Chalcedon.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Bear.
All right, brother. God bless you.
God bless.
They will make a spectacle out of you guys. I don't know where my wife is. I wish my wife was here on the panel. I don't know where she is, wife. If you're listening, I don't know, please request up. Sorry, I mean, were you saying something? And Javier, I got a echo, bro.
I think he's watching you on YouTube. No, I was saying like that's what they like. That's like their whole mission is to like embarrass you. And I mean, if everybody's being honest, it's happened to everyone who does apologetics at least once. Like, I mean, that's how you get better. Like you realize, like, oh wow, like they were lying this whole time after getting baked, and then you get better.
Like it just is what it's part of the game, bro. Like it just is what it is.
It is what it is, man. But you know, let that be a lesson. You know, you gotta know what you're talking about. Debating is not as easy as it looks. Okay, it really isn't. You got to be well studied. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to respond, ask questions, how to maneuver around certain things. It's not easy. It's not. I know there's people that make it look easy, but it really isn't. And you got to know what you're talking about. If you don't know certain things, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be debate. I mean, we don't all know everything. Okay, so I don't know everything. Okay, so making the prerequisite that you got to know everything in order to debate is silly. But you know, you got to at least be able to defend the basics and everything like that. PK Agent, thank you so much. Dude, white knighting for a kuffar. Shaking my head. Islam in 2026. Yeah, I know, man. Islam in 2026. Bro, it seems like every year it gets worse, bro. It gets worse. Like they just, I don't know, man. Their brains are like melting. You know, too much desert. Yes, Bob, that is also my YouTube. Bear of the image. The link is in the profile, Habibi. May Allah bless you, Habibi, for subscribing to the YouTube. Shout out from London. Shout out from London, Stan.
London Stan's crazy.
Bro, for real though, y'all really gotta add that is Stan to it, bro, because y'all got them. It about to be a Sharia real quick over there, bro. Them people going crazy.
UK is cooked, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I feel bad for y'all. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, Dearborn is pretty bad for us here.
That's just a little ass suburb in a big ass country. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like
that's like a little freaking pocket.
Yeah, bro.
Of the US, but y'all got the whole damn country, bro. That's crazy, bro. So we gonna be praying for y'all for real though.
That's what happens when y'all be letting them do whatever they want, bro. You know?
Dude, did I tell you I watched that yeah, I don't know if you remember that day that we were on your live and somebody was like they had posted the link to that The Wire episode of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched that. I was like, bro, this is freaking hilarious, bro.
That's Jannah, bro. That's it right there, bro. That's it, bro. I always pictured it like that, bro. It's just like it seems good when you think about it, but then if you watch like later, like that whole season and how bad it gets, like literally, like it's such an accurate depiction. If you take all the addicts and all the filth of the city and put it in one pocket, like oof, man, it's rough.
Bro, the man was like, oh, like we can do this for real? Y'all playing with us. He's like, no, for real. You got cops just gonna stand right there and just watch y'all do whatever. In my mind, I'm like, okay, this actually kind of makes sense. But I got to finish watching I'm actually gonna start watching The Wire because it actually seemed pretty interesting.
Oh, bro, it's really good. Yeah, the whole premise of the reason why that cop, that commissioner started doing, not the commissioner, the lieutenant that started doing it, is because the city became so corrupted with politics and numbers, right? The mayor trying to get reelected and everything, he got to show that the crime rate goes down. So they cook the books, you know? And then when they actually don't get certain things done, these people that are in charge of certain regions of the city, especially the worst ones, they actually get a lot of pressure, like unfair pressure. And they get this pressure with very little resources in order to fight the crime. So this guy basically was like, I'm ready to retire. Let me just go out on a bang with some good numbers because it was getting worse. And that's what he just decided doing that. And he just wasn't reporting anything in that region, you know? So it looked like the crime went down. Like crime went down just because he legalized it, you know?
Those 90s is
early
Wire,
2000s.
is that HBO?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Early I think Sopranos is early 2000s too, right?
Yeah, late 90s going into early 2000s. Around the same time they were aired, yeah.
Yeah, I love The Sopranos, bro.
It's my favorite show. My favorite show of all time, bro. It's my favorite show.
Hooked, dude. Like I love the mafia stuff. Anything about the mafia, bro.
Me
Well,
too.
maybe I can't say that word on here, but anything about that group, I know, bro. Like
The
I
thing of
watched
ours, you know?
all of the movies.
The
Yes,
thing, the
bro.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
such
bro.
a it's such a good
If you
like
love The
because it's
Sopranos, bro,
crazy.
you're gonna love The Wire. The Wire is amazing, absolutely amazing, bro. It's like right to me, it's number 2 behind The Sopranos. Like, I love it, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
watched that
watch
show
it,
so
man.
many times. Yeah, somebody
Watch
was
this
like,
weekend.
somebody on YouTube, The Wire is a W watch, not gonna lie. Omar is coming, exactly. Anybody who watches The Wire knows what that means. Omar is coming. Like, hey, when Omar's coming, you better hide. Hey, Sonnet, thank you so much, man. Big time super chat, bro. He did like, this is gonna be a copyright, man. Thank you so much. Much love, brother. God bless you. I thank God for your channel, bro. Y'all sub and join the Discord. That's right, yeah, join the Discord. And that reminds me too. Thank you, Sonnet. Definitely join the Discord because this upcoming Sunday, I'm going to release the announcement today. We got J49er as a guest again, doing another lecture this upcoming Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to be doing a lecture on the Hadith science and actually how it's an absolute joke, okay? And how it actually disproves the Quran. So if you guys want to learn about how this Hadith science works, Sunday, J49er is doing a lecture at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to release the announcement later today. And I meant to actually announce this a couple days ago, and I've been kind of late. But anyways, right now, we're going to announce it anyway. We got a couple days for this event. We're going to be in there. It's going to be good. So I'll be releasing it. So you can join the Discord. It's free to join. The link is in my bio. If the link doesn't work, open it outside of TikTok. And if that still doesn't work, add me as a friend and I'll send it to you. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sonnet, for reminding me of that. Let's go with the copyright for Sonnet. Thank you, man. W Sonnet in the chat. Make sure you follow him as well on TikTok. He has a pretty entertaining live cooking Muslims and everybody else, Unitarians, whatever.
The best morning live.
W Sonnet in the chat for the copyright.
Trapper slash rapper slash bad. Snatcher, baby mama mad. She said you live like a bachelor. So what? Sold 100 pounds. Then gave 10% to the pastor. Keep going up the ladder. They mad, make them matter.
W Sonnet in the chat, man. 10%. You already know. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sonnet, for the love, man. Appreciate that. Always showing love to us, to both me and my wife. So appreciate you. Let me see. Did I miss any other super chats? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Sometimes I get paranoid that I miss some of your guys' super chats, which sometimes I do, because I mean, some of these conversations distract me. Big Carnage just came in though. I didn't miss it. Hey, W for the 1 month membership, Big Carnage. Thank you. Huge W. Thanks for all the knowledge, brother. It means a lot. My question, how should we interpret the church fathers if it seems they interpret different? Yeah, so church fathers are not individually infallible. All right, they're human beings just like we are. So not every church father gets everything right. You'll find that the majority of it is right, but yeah, there's certain things that they do disagree on. There's going to be topics that they disagree on that are not necessarily salvific. You can take either position; it doesn't change our theology, and you'll find that there's really not going to be a lot of, there's not going to be a symmetry breaker on that, unless something happens in the future where we have to do a council discussing it. But for example, like things like in Genesis, like the regional flood. Is it a regional flood or a global flood in Genesis 8? Well, there's debates on that, right? And you may have a position that you hold more than another, but whichever position you hold, it doesn't change your theology, okay? So it doesn't matter. But then there's other things that church fathers did get wrong that are crucial to our theology. And what you would do is you would look at either the consensus, you would look at first if there's a council on this topic and the council will deem something to be correct or not. But if there's not a council on it, then you look at the consensus of the church fathers and the saints and see what does the majority of the church agree on and believe in, and that is what we're going to go by, is the consensus. Especially if it's something that has to do with changing our doctrine and our theology. If it doesn't, then you're just going to have to pick whatever you think is best. So, all right. Nini crying in the chat as usual. Fruits of Christianity. Okay. All right. Thanks, Nini. Appreciate that.
But she was the one that was just cursing in Arabic. What is she talking about? Like,
Fruits of Islam. We're just gonna curse, and then we're gonna curse in Arabic, and then we gonna act like we're the victims. You know,
yeah,
that's
like,
the
bro,
fruits.
yeah, Nini, come up, dude.
She's
Like,
never
well, I
gonna
mean,
come
you're a
up.
female, but
She's
come
never
up.
gonna come up.
Like,
She will never come up, man. Crazy. Yeah, she always stay in the chat just, and then the funny thing about her is she'll put like laughing emojis about stuff that she can't even like debate on. You know, it's like, bro, if we debated you on this topic, you would just fumble and dumble, man. You wouldn't know what to do. But whatever, man. That's why sometimes that's the first time I even like mention Nini in like months. That's why I just act like she doesn't exist because she ain't gonna come up. Hey, Johnny son. Thank you so much. Don't sleep on The Wire. Omar is coming. Stringer Bell was the real one. Hey, Stringer, I don't know. You like Stringer? I was okay. Stringer was okay. You know, Marlo was that dude. All right, Marlo was the real. He was the real one for sure. Like he didn't mess around. You know. So if you guys watch The Wire, you already know what I'm talking about. You know, either your team Avon, team Stringer, or Marlo. And Marlo was that real one. You know? Anyways. Yeah, Marlo was pretty crazy. Yeah, Marlo was wild. Anyways, tap the screen, guys. Maybe take one more, maybe not. I don't know. Because I do got to wrap it up in a minute. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Oh, you know what? Actually, if I don't know if I'll have time for an opposition, but if Christians, if you guys have a question, come on up. This is a perfect time to come up. I could take a couple of questions if you guys have questions, need help with something. You know, Stringer wanted to change the game. Marlo remembered the rules of it. Yeah, I mean Stringer was trying to change the game, but he should have got out when he needed to. You know. He was trying to like mix both worlds, you know? So I can see some of you guys are behind watching this watching the stream. They're saying WJ49er. You guys are like a couple minutes behind watching the stream. That's funny. Oh, Sonic got a question.
Yo, God bless my brother.
What's up, brother? God bless, man. Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah. Anytime, man. So I was talking to I asked nobody this too, but I also want to ask you. I was talking to Halal's puppy boy, and he brought up First Clement chapter 59, where he basically is saying that, because I had a topic that said Unitarians aren't Christians, and he was on one of his like troll accounts, I guess. And so with that, he came up, he was like, in order to understand somebody's position, how do you would have to go back to see how far it goes back, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, like that's fair. So he went to Clement of Rome, and in First Clement chapter 59, it says like it's like basically it's attributing to God, like how John 17:3 attributes to the nature of God, right? It says the same thing because it's like chapter 59, like it's like something like the paragraph 4, and it says like basically like he's God alone and Jesus Christ, some, right? So how does I guess my question is how are we like, I know Clement of Rome definitely believed that Jesus was God. So like do you have anything that I could have rebutted? Because I don't know much on patristics just yet, but
Yeah, I'm not an expert in patristics either, but I will say this when it comes to this topic, because whether you're an expert in patristics or not, these type of arguments come up so much, you actually just end up just knowing it's the same. It's kind of like when people bring the LPT, you can already, it's going to sound different in different arguments that people bring up, but somehow they're going to conflate the person and nature. Like somewhere they're going to mix the two, and that's where the trick is. You know what I mean? So the trick here is, and what's going on here is that prior to the Nicene Creed, the Nicene Council, right? The Council of Nicaea. We didn't have like philosophical terminology to completely hash this out. Like they didn't have the same terminology to talk about the Trinity that we do today. Okay. So,
Right.
for example, when it comes to like the hypostasis, right, which you know is a person, in Greek, the word for hypostasis can be referred to a being as well, right? But when we get to the church fathers, because of so much heresies that were starting to happen, they start to define these terms a little bit more, and they say, well, hypostasis, we're going to refer strictly to the person, and then we're going to say it's ousia for the being or nature, right? And they start to be more strict on their terminology because they wanted to eliminate heresies. Okay. When Clement wrote his letters, they weren't dealing with those type of heresies yet in the philosophical sense. So therefore, they didn't use strict terminology like we use today. So when you find with the Ante-Nicene fathers is that they'll say something like the Father is the one true God, in the sense that he is the source of the Son. Even Justin Martyr, you see him say that even he'll even mention that, oh, there's like that he is another God. Okay. But what he's referencing here is it's just another person, because later on in chapter 61 in his dialogue with Trypho, he says, he actually uses an analogy of a flame, saying that the Son begotten of the Father is, just because he's begotten and there's two flames doesn't mean they're not equal in ontology or in nature. Right?
Oh.
So when you start to see that on the surface, because they're not using strict Trinitarian terminology that we use today in order to, because you got to look at it like we're in this side of history where we know the implications of not being clear about certain things can make people assume certain heresies. Okay. They didn't have that issue back then. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't know about Arianism that was going to come later on, a couple hundred years later, right? So when they say these things, they're not worried about it because it's not being challenged. There's other heresies at the time that's being challenged. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're just using terminology that to them, they have an understanding of what they mean, especially at the time, of what he means, that the Father is the one true God and so forth. And what we find in the letters, because we can't just say that and not have an explanation, but we find in their letters, we see those terminologies that seem like something, but then you see other areas that are explaining precisely what we mean, that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are equal and the one God. But when we hear them make distinctions as far as their personhood, they're describing it in a way that in this side of history, we're like, ooh, that can sound like a heresy. But they didn't mean it that way, because culturally that wasn't, historically, that wasn't the time that they were going to be making those specific, using specific words. Exactly.
Terminology and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because essentially that's the route that I took. I was like, I could just say this is just attributing to the nature of the Father that Jesus shares with him. Like there's no problem, because like, of course, he just asserted his own view on that specific reading. So I was just like, okay, like, hey, bro. I was like, honestly, I don't believe you because number one, I don't believe anything that you say. But I said I'm gonna come back to it, and we'll just leave it there. But he ended up like dropping himself after that, so I was just like, whatever. But
By the way,
yes, sir.
oh, sorry,
What's
go
up?
ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you good. Go ahead, bro.
I've actually read all of First Clement, and I did an audiobook on it. So if you go on my YouTube channel and go to the playlist section, it's like one of the first audiobooks I ever did. It's in a playlist. Clement is not writing to defend like the deity of Christ. He's not writing to defend the Trinity. Like what people fail to realize when it comes to the church fathers is they think that every church father in every single one of their writings must defend every single doctrine. And what it's true though. Like, and this is why it's so dumb. It's like, okay, like you realize, for instance, like Justin Martyr, in his dialogue with Trypho, do you really think that he's gonna defend I don't know, like
Baptism.
the two natures of Christ or something. Like, why would he do that? Like in dialogue with Trifo, he's specifically teaching that Jesus is the Messiah from the Old Testament because he's dialoguing with a Jewish person. So every single writing has a particular context as to why it's written. First Clement was written basically as an exhortation to the church to continue in what they're doing, like to continue to follow. It's written as a pastoral letter, it's not a theological work. So if you're going to pull a passage from First Clement, you're not going to expect it to have much theological baggage. That's just not how it works. But if he wants to go to Clement, in chapter 44 of Clement, it teaches apostolic succession. Like, I don't know if he knows that because he didn't read it. I know he didn't read it.
No,
But but in First Clement, if he's going to be consistent and use this as a reference for what the early Christians taught, then in his particular aqidah, in his doctrine as a Unitarian, does his doctrine uphold apostolic succession? And if it does, how would he be able to verify that? He wouldn't be able to verify that. So now you're going to throw Clement out? So this is what it's just dumb. Like, they don't actually
Whoa.
understand ecclesiology. They don't understand how the early church worked. They don't understand time. It's like, for instance, if you're going to go into the book of Psalms, are you going to use the book of Psalms like for dense theological understandings? Or are you going to understand genre? Are you going to use it like, sorry, I'm rambling,
It's
but it's just
deception,
dumb,
bro.
dude.
It's deception. So when you see, and this is for me, like okay, I haven't been. Well, I absorb, like, I watch a lot of lives and stuff like that. So I guess I am still an audience member. But I remember before I started debating, and I knew a lot of these tricks. Okay, I remember watching people bring arguments that were like, dang, that's pretty convincing, especially if you don't know any better. And then when I did my research, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You find things like what Amin just pointed out, like, wait, so you're gonna accept what Clement says here, but you'll reject this. You know, it's like now you're just, it's not honest now, because what would be your argument to say that he was wrong about something like apostolic succession, or you know what I mean? So like right there should be the sign of like, okay, there's dishonesty here. Okay, there's something not grounded. Then when you look, you know, when you start to understand, like I mentioned, like culturally in the context of what Amin said, like it wasn't a defense. You know, every writing that they wrote wasn't a defense of Christianity every single time. You know what I mean? Like it was just, sometimes it was just a teaching or addressing something that was going on in the church, you know? So yeah, man. What did Dom say? I'm just curious. Like he's better at patristics.
I was just about to tell you, bro, because he went to First Clement chapter 36, and First Clement is Clement is talking about how Jesus is like the it's essentially, in a way, it's like quoting.
He's high priest in chapter 36. He talks about Jesus being the high priest.
Yeah, and like he's like basically like the face of God's glory or something like that, or I can't remember the exact quote, but yeah, like basically, like Clement is talking about how, like, kind of like how Hebrews 1 talks about the Son being the radiance of and the exact imprint of his nature. So it's along those lines, right? And yeah, he went to First Clement chapter 36, and I was like, oh, see.
So that's
like,
exactly what I'm talking about.
That.
That's what, but that's what Amin was talking about. That's what I was talking about too. It's like you take one phrase out, and you're like, okay, that seems like it's not Trinitarian. But when you read the rest of the text, you're like, oh, okay, he does have a high Christology. It's just that the way he's wording these things is different from today, because we're in the other end of history after the 7 ecumenical councils, which, you know, after like basically the 7 had to deal with philosophical, his divinity and stuff, and how to basically how to determine what's a heresy, what's not in these areas. Because all it takes, man, is a little change of truth, like a fraction, like 1 degree, and you're in a full-blown heresy. So and that's what the church fathers were doing. And that's why it's funny when people are like, well, the church fathers started to invent these things in these councils. They started like making stuff up. And it's so far from the truth. I can see why people who are ignorant to these things can assume that, but it's so far from the truth. What's actually happening is they're not making stuff up, they're clarifying things. Because what ends up happening is people take heresies happen from taking something of truth and just twisting it a little bit. So they'll attack the area that got twisted, and they'll say, okay, instead of saying this so that people don't get confused anymore, we're going to say this from here on out, because obviously this has been abused. You see what I'm saying? And then they start to parse it out a little bit more.
There's
Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
there's another way to look at it too, because when it comes to like exegeting text and understanding like purpose and prose and all of that stuff, even within the Orthodox Church, like we have a different view of canon than like like I don't know if you're a Protestant. I'm just saying, I'm not using this as an attack against you. I'm just
No, no,
using an
no.
example.
I'm inquiring, yo.
Um,
Yeah, but go ahead.
but we have a different understanding of what canon is. So it's like, for instance, like we have the deuterocanonical text, and there's a form of a hierarchy in our understanding of scripture and of canon. Not that it is less important than, like, the gospels or something like that, but scripture and how it was canonized and codified actually comes from the early liturgies of the church, because these scriptures and because these gospels were read more so than others because of the purpose of the scriptures. For instance, in liturgy, most of the time it's going to be reading from the gospels. Then you'll be reading from like the epistles afterwards. Then maybe on particular feast days or special occasions, we read from Torah, Tanakh, and things like this. And it's very rare that we'll read from Revelation. So it's not that, and I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. It's not that we take one scripture over the other, but when it comes to our idea of canon, there's purpose in the reasons why we would read one in particular times and its use. Well, how is this important to the conversation? Well, when it comes to the deuterocanonical text, even the fathers themselves have said that those texts are mainly used for catechism. It's to catechize new Christians. So people who are coming into the faith, typically they say you need to read the deuterocanonical text, and then after catechism you'll go and you'll read maybe, like, the more denser theological works to understand, the more meatier things of the faith. Well, that's the same thing, that we can apply the same standard when it comes to the letters or to the church father writings. If you're a new Christian, right, and I don't know if you've been here from the beginning of the live, but there was somebody that came up who was on a Muslim panel, and he said he didn't do so well, and he wanted works to read to kind of get better at understanding. We said, hey, you probably need to read like On the Incarnation. I wouldn't start with the Ambiguum, right? Like I would start probably with On the Incarnation, or like
Yeah.
for you, you said you're an inquirer. So I would say, okay, you probably want to start with On the Orthodox Faith by St. John of Damascus. You probably don't want to start with the 150 chapters by Palamas. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
even when it comes to something more practical, you understand that everything that's written has a purpose, a particular audience, a prose. But for some reason, the heretics, they just want to lump everything into one. And what they do is commit what we call a category error. And they do it on purpose. And it's just annoying, dude.
Yeah, it's literally the funny thing
I
is,
agree.
like someone like a Unitarian who would accept the Bible, they're using the same strategy to disprove our view of the Bible, of how Satan commits the fall in Genesis 3. It's like just taking a piece of truth and just twisting it a little bit. You know what I mean? It's the same tactic, and yeah, it's insane. But
Yeah, man. No, I thank you, brothers, both of y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for the
Sure, bro.
wisdom and pouring in. But yeah, man, y'all continue doing y'all's thing. And I'm gonna definitely check that out on your YouTube. I mean, because I'm gonna definitely be more equipped than that. But yeah,
appreciate it, bro.
God bless y'all,
God
man.
bless,
Thank
man.
y'all so much.
God bless. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats because I do got to go. I'm actually pretty much ending on time. Hey, Jimmy Harrison, thank you so much, bro. Always showing love, man. For the super chat, thank you. Good morning, brother. Love The Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, and The Shield. Hey, Breaking Bad is good as well. I never watched The Shield though, but yeah, those other shows, top tier for sure. Breaking Bad is definitely up there. But hey, Amin, thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. I am wrapping up the live. Guys, don't forget this upcoming Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, J49er is going to be talking about Hadith science in the Discord. Free lecture, free to join the Discord. Discord link is in the bio. I will be making the announcement later today in the Discord so that you guys can hit the interested button, turn on your notifications, and you'll be notified when it starts the live, okay? So he will be doing that this upcoming Sunday. Hadith science and breaking it down and how basically it's a joke. Okay. So if you want to be equipped on that information, I know I do. Will definitely come join the lecture. He did an amazing job last time. A lot of us learned from it. We had a great time learning. We're going to do the same thing in our Discord this upcoming Sunday with J49er. Don't forget to hit my beautiful, amazing queen, Peace Apologetics, my wife, a follow on TikTok. I tag her in all my videos, so just go to my last video, hit her profile, and hit her a follow. She is going live later today on the Theotokos, and also don't forget to hit her a sub on the YouTube as well. Make sure you hit her a sub and follow her YouTube because we got some things coming up. I think you guys are going to be very, very excited. If you guys watched my last YouTube video, the long form one, not a short. I mentioned that there's going to be announcements coming up very soon, and a lot of that has to do with Peace's YouTube channel as well, with things that we are doing. Thank you guys. God bless every single one of you guys. Christos Anesti to all of my Orthodox Christians. Hope you guys are having an amazing and blessed bright week. As we are finished celebrating the resurrection. Well, we're not finished, but we just completed the celebration of the resurrection, Pascha, of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and we're going to continue celebrating this season of Pascha all the way to Pentecost. So Christos Anesti to all of the Orthodox Christians. Love you guys. God bless you guys. We'll be back on tomorrow, which is Friday. Friday is always a big day for the private jet money. We're getting closer. All right, we're going to get that private jet. All right, so tomorrow, I know a lot of y'all is payday. We start contributing to the pot for the private jet. We moving, you know? So God bless you guys. We'll be back on tomorrow in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever, to the ages of ages. Amen. God bless.